Good Friday morning, all. The song is called Wanna Be in LA by Eagles Death Metal. Ironically, that's who we're talking about today, the Los Angeles Lakers. The subject, should we feel sorry for the Lakers? We'll get into that in just a minute. Let's let the music play. Well, to get started on this subject, we might want to ask the question, well, who are the LA Lakers currently? Right now they have Steve Blake, Kobe Bryant, Earl Clark, Chris Duhon, Devin Ebanks, Pau Gasol, Jordan Hill, Dwight Howard, Anton Jameson, Jody Meeks, uh, Darius Morris, Steve Nash, Robert Sacre, and Meta World Peace, who we all know as Ron Artest. Now, looking up the roster just a while ago, they had the guys' salaries next to their name. And the three highest paid Lakers didn't go to a college. We don't know about Pau Gasol. I'm assuming he didn't, of course, coming from Spain or wherever. Dwight Howard, Pau, and Kobe make the most money without a college education. Odd. Now, if you all will excuse me, I'm going to zoom in here to the big board so you all can get a look at this. You won't have to see me much anymore, but we'll get a look at the board and we'll go over a few numbers. Hey, there I am. A lot of me. I'll step aside here and go to the board. Uh, First off, let's do the Western Conference. Starting with the Thunder, the Spurs, Clippers, Grizzlies, Golden State, Denver, so we get another one in there, Utah, and Houston. Those are the 8th playoff teams if the playoffs were to start now. On the other side, from 9 to 16, we have Portland, the Timberwolves, the Mavericks, there are the Lakers, the Kings, Phoenix, and finally the New Orleans Hornets. This is your Western Conference standings as of this morning, and the time right now is a little after 7. There's a lot of things a lot of factors involve in the Lakers record right now, which is at best 17-25, 8 games under 500. They are 12th in the Western Conference right now, and a few games out of the playoffs. Again, the question is, should we feel sorry for the Los Angeles Lakers? We can go back for many years to most of our childhood, remembering Showtime with Johnson and Worthy and Abdul Jabbar and all those guys, and a lot of A lot of other players like AC Green, Kurt Rambis, and those guys that came off the bench or provided a spark for uh, for the Lakers' success for many years. And then Kobe Bryant only bolstered that. We had the reign with him and Shaq for a while, and then they pulled off another one. Kobe has 5 rings. Most of the guys know that. But should we feel sorry for the Lakers right now? You see him after every game. Kobe is biting his tongue, talking to these interviewers, trying not to say something too extremely stupid. Mike D'Antoni is as well. But these problems kind of started last year with how they exited the playoffs. Of course, back then they had former Cavaliers coach Mike Brown, who is, to me, turning into a great regular season coach. And not so much on the playoff ends. You've seen what happened with his stint in Cleveland. Got into the playoffs good enough. Best record in the East 2 years running, but it got them no rings and now no LeBron. Takes the show out west here to the Lakers and does about the same thing. Gets into the playoffs, but not much after that. And this year he was fired after 5 regular season games, not winning one of them. Speaking of which, the not winning a game in the preseason too. So they started 0-12 or 13 technically this season. Then Mike D'Antoni comes in, who we all know is a great offensive coach. He can put the ball in the basket thanks to his 7 seconds or less, or it's free kind of thing, where they want to get a shot off and on goal 7 seconds into the 24-second shot clock. Well, that gives you a ton of possessions every game, but you've got to make those shots. I don't have the stats for their field goal percentage. It'd be kind of interesting to see with how many shots Kobe takes, how that would be. But they average 102 points a game, and that's sixth. 45 rebounds is third in the league. They average here, but yeah, here's where it starts to go downhill for them. We start with assists, 22 assists a game, the 17th, which is just on the bottom half of the top of the bottom half of the league, and the points allowed is 101.5. That's 26th. So you factor in the 7 seconds or less offense with giving up 102 points a game defense. You can see especially how in that Western Conference where everybody's a shooters, whereas more in the Eastern Conference, all of the teams will D you up. Most of them will D you up. It's not that freewheeling up and down the court kind of basketball. Now Oklahoma City, of course, does that. They do it, and they can do it off of missed shots, off of made shots, off of turnovers. In the Eastern Conference, it's more fast break stuff off of turnovers. You know, these teams, Clippers get out and run. Memphis has no problem running, or the half court defensive set. Golden State, Denver. We don't think of these teams as defense. I'll give Utah some credit. We were talking today. I want to give a quick shout out to Craig. Aaron, if you watch this, tell Craig I said thanks for the ideas, and I'm going to use those going forward. But we talked about Utah being probably one of the toughest places to play now, besides Loud City, because they're a whole different team at home than they are on the road. They're tough. They're tight. We've got San Antonio. Shout out to Greg Popovich. San Antonio is just that all-around team. We keep putting them in the bottom of the playoff picture out every year, especially for the last 4 years. And right now, they're sitting in the catbird seat. I have home playoffs all the way through to the Western Conference Finals if the playoffs were to end today and everything goes as it's supposed to go. Now, again, the Lakers are, I can feel Kobe being frustrated as it's gone, how it's gone, but a lot of the problems may not be on the court. Okay, they score 102, give up 101, so they're in every game. But the drama off the court and not having Steve Nash and injuries, all those things are literally off the court issues that are plaguing them. So regardless of the stats or the numbers, you can be in the game with Phoenix, Denver, New Orleans, any of these teams, and lose by a bucket or lose by six because Dwight isn't making his free throws or he's mad he's not into the fourth quarter. God damn the fact that they put Pau Gasol on the bench. This guy is 20 and 10 every game. Now Dwight Howard is 20 and 10 every game, but his comes with more shots, fewer free throws. You can put Pau Gasol versus Dwight Howard. They didn't even need. They could have shopped around and used that Dwight Howard money to bolster the. Well, I like Jody Meeks, but the Darius Morrises, the Robert Sacres, even though he's turning out to be pretty decent in the paint, you could have bolstered the lineup a bit more and kept Pau Gasol, who deserves any All Star and any accolades that come his way. But since they can't get the lineup right, they don't play defense. Kobe's mad. Kobe's got to take 40 shots a game. This, that, and the other. A lot of are off the court, and some are mentally, but on the court, you can find yourself losing to Dallas at home. You all can go online and see the scores, but you win or you lose by 6 or by 8 or by 2, and you get blown out by the top 4 guys. I can feel that. But it's kind of going back to yesterday talking about the Patriots, that whole era, how it's the Lakers and then everybody else, and who can beat the Lakers in the West that whole time, and for so long leads me to say, you know what, you have to put up with it, and you can't shoot your way out of it. You can't go 10 and 5 in the next 15 games and be out of it. That would just put you to the top of the out list. So they're kind of in mud now, and there's no turning back. They can only pretty much go down from here. It would be amazing if they got in at 8. Only for what? San Antonio, Oklahoma City, the Clippers. The Clippers are the show at the Staples Center now. They're going for Clippers tickets. Billy Crystal, lifelong Clippers fan. It's his time. I can remember a game against the Thunder in Los Angeles with the Lakers playing. Jack Nicholson gets up out of his seat and is out of here. Started the fourth quarter. Took Adam Sandler with him. So, from a changing of the guard point of view, I don't feel sorry for him at all. It's about goddamn time, if you ask me. To see Memphis is becoming a perennial team. The Clippers are not only in, but thickly in the third spot. It's cool to see that. Portland, Minnesota, 2 great fundamental teams, great guard play. Any of these 5 or 6 teams from Denver to Dallas could change, and a few could fall in, but the Lakers are where they are right now. And like I said, they can't basketball their way out of it because a lot of the problems weren't basketball. It was Dwight Howard saying, give me the rock, and complaining with Kobe and taking pictures. And this is a team 4 or 5 games on the 500 at the time, taking pictures of these 2 guys fighting over a bench with the coach in the middle. Is that what they hired D'Antoni for? Anyway. Getting in the last minute, I want to thank Craig for a lot of this stuff. Hopefully Sunday we might be able to have somewhat of a symposium with some friends here. No, doubt it. But if so, it'd be a free-wheeling debate over the Super Bowl coming up. And who really does have the advantage? Is it the heart of the Baltimore Ravens? Or is it the ability of the San Fran 49ers? I'll see y'all next week.